Okay, so hey guys. So today we're going to talk about BMW reliability, maintenance, um, what is required to keep these cars on the road, the quality of their build, and why they get such a bad rep. So, so we got this '03 E53. We got the motor pulled out, got the transmission pulled out, hanging around here somewhere. And we're gonna do a complete overall on this engine. But, as you guys can see, this car has 153,000 miles on it. And for 153,000 miles, now this car hasn't ran in almost a year. So it's got a little surface rust on the journals. But overall, the internals aren't that bad. Now, what happened to this car is that the timing guides failed, and this Vanos retainer bolt somehow backed out. I don't know if someone was in here before and was messing around with this thing, but this nut backed out, which caused the intake cam on cylinder 2 to stop spinning. So the car shut off. But as you can see, see if I can get you guys a good shot of that. See right here, between the chain and this metal guide, there should be a plastic runner that goes here, but it completely broke off, fell down into the pan. A piece of this all plastic rail is broken. And, oh, so here's a good example. So this side of the guide, see this plastic piece that holds the chain and is between the chain and the metal part? There should be one here as well, but it broke off. So needless to say, this engine had a pretty bad day. So it doesn't run, but we're gonna see if we can get it to run again. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna take you guys through the disassembly process. You're gonna get this thing cleaned up, get everything changed out. Then we're gonna put it back in the car and see what happens. Hopefully we can save this engine, but we'll see. This is an M62 TU V8 motor that came in a lot of BMW cars. And I think they produced this engine up until 2003, but they were also being used in, other cars like Range Rovers. I think up until '04, '05, if I'm not mistaken. You guys can comment in the comment section if I made a mistake. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, so we're gonna try to save this engine. Right now we have it on an engine stand. And I know, for most people, is a car that's, I don't know, 17 years old. Is it worth it? To most, maybe not. Especially if you're going to be paying someone to do a job like this. Yeah, it wouldn't be worth it. But if you're good enough with your hands, or if you have a adequate amount of tools, you can definitely take on a job like this and, put a car like this back on the road. Now, like I said, this car hasn't ran in over a year. The body is in really good condition, it's pretty clean. Now, for the majority of people, once a catastrophic engine failure happens to their car, and they've had the car for a number of years, it's not going to be worth much. But for me, it's worth it. The interior of this car is clean. The shell is clean. And we're going to see if we can save it. A lot of these E53s now are ending up in the boneyard because, you know, people fail to do the scheduled maintenance on them. You know, parts for these cars are expensive. Labor costs are expensive. So I get it. You know, things start to go wrong. People overlook them until eventually they get to the point where the car no longer runs. So they just, you know, dump it. So we'll see. Okay, guys, let you know what happens.